Craig, I suppose, how do you sum that 80 minutes up?
Yeah, disappointing again, to be quite honest. We sort of started the game, looked like we lacked a whole heap of patience. Pretty undisciplined as well, a lot of penalties and 6 agains. And so, biggest disappointment for me, the last 2 weeks we've had 70 points put on us. That's not a good thing, or not a good sign, coming into finals, having that many points scored against you, so that's the thing for me that we'll need to get a bit tougher on, I suppose.
Is that a real worry for you, Craig?
Oh, yeah. Like that, I say, it's we like to pride ourselves on our defence, and obviously with the team we've got, we've probably been a bit more known for our attack, I suppose, the last couple of years. But defence is what wins big games, and big games just about to start, and we're nowhere near where we should be, in that department.
How's Jahrome? Is it a wrist?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not quite sure if it's a wrist or just halfway, like in the forearm. So I think they're quite sure. I think they pretty much think it's a break without doubt. He's in plaster already, so that wasn't a great idea to put him back in this week. But anyway.
So it's season over, is it?
Oh, I'd imagine, yeah. They sort of asked that question directly, but I'd imagine it would be.
Do we know if Pat passed his HIA? I know it's...
No, he hasn't had it yet, so I don't know. I just asked when I went in myself, and he hadn't actually had the test. So.
Cam, without Jahrome for the finals, potentially the whole season, I guess falls on you to step up. You think you can get them all the way from here?
It'd be nice. We got Pez and Wishy there, they're good quality players. I played with them the last 3 or 4 weeks before Jahrome come back, so we had a really good combination, myself, Wishy and Pez. I think we lost one, and that was the Roosters together. So look, it's obviously going to be disappointing for Hughes having these such an integral part to our attack and our defence, and he's a class player, don't get me wrong. I'm down him for a reason last year, but we got some good depth in our halves. We got Wishart, got a lot of belief in those 2 guys, Peasant. I know a lot of people are going to put a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff in the headlines and media about whether we can do it or not, but that's what you sell papers for. We got to worry about our own 4 walls, and like spoke about, our defence wins games, and we've leaked how many points. And if we can work on our defence, points will come. We all individually got to have a hard look, have a good hard look at ourselves, and defensively just have an attitude problem. At the moment, the last couple of weeks, this attitude stinks.
Did you feel like off the back of last week and sort of coming into this game to sort of right the wrongs that, it had changed, and there was sort of that, you felt like you'd addressed it? How did it feel going into this game?
Yeah, disappointing, leaking that much points, but we tried to address it in the week. I thought we had a great preparation. I thought we really had our heads on, but sometimes the preparation doesn't mean you're going to play well on the weekend. Attitude was all there during the week. Whether we might need something for our spending the works next week, who knows? But for us, we can't just rely on our preparation to get us through the game. So we've got to work on our defence next week. Probably like Bellamy talks about, bottom the mouth guard and get your shoulders ready for next week. And it's one of those things that we have to address, because Dogs are a good team and they won't go away. So we've got them at home. The crowd's not going to always get us home, but it'll be nice to play in front of our home crowd, and fingers crossed we can deliver.
And what about Reece Walsh? You play with him in the Queensland team. Can he take the Broncos all the way the way he plays?
He's playing some good footy. You guys have been probably writing headlines about him being rocks or diamonds, and now he's played really good the last 4 or 5 weeks, and everyone's praising him. So it's one of those things where he's a class player. If you give some of those guys like that, like Ezra Mam, Reece Walsh, time and space, they're going to make you pay. They've got speed to burn, and speed kills in our game at the moment with the way 6 agains and all the preparation and the momentum and swings and that. But yeah, he's playing some good footy. He can take him to the promised land if he's got his head screwed on, and I'm sure he has. He's done it the last 3 or 4 weeks, and there'll be a force against the Raiders next week. But we'll obviously focus on ourselves and review tomorrow and get ourselves ready for the Dogs.
Craig, are you worried about Nelson getting put on report again? Obviously, you need him in that side, and you would have been disappointed with him doing 10 in the bin.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with it, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
if there's any clarification on the call at the other end when Warburton kicked the ball away, and then did you get any explanation on that? Was that a penalty against you guys and they got to take the 2, but you felt like it wasn't kicked away, or that there wasn't a ball in sight for Pappenhausen to pick up?
Ball's maybe 8 to 10 metres away from Paps, and he went over to the where the ball should be. It wasn't there, and he obviously didn't look at the clock and went to get the ball. And I'm not entirely sure about the rules on that. I thought you can't take the 2 off a dropout. I know he reckons we're wasting time, or is time wasting, and you can take the 2 there. But when you kick the ball, or drop the kick ball, and it goes and doesn't go 10, or it goes out in the 4 off a short dropout, you can't take the 2. So I don't know how you can take the 2 for time wasting. So a bit similar to the Bronx kicking off after we scored. You know, they took almost a minute and a half to kick the ball off. So where's the penalty for that? But I'm not going to play the victim. We've got to have a good hard look at ourselves in certain areas that we need to focus on, and this wasn't our night.
Craig, is the desire there? Like, you've been around so many times, you've seen a title campaign. Is the desire there to go all the way?
Doubting that at the moment. Yep, 2 weeks of it, so we'll see next week, Pete. That's when we'll find out.
Is it there, Cameron, the desire? Like, you know, like coach questioning you. Is it somewhere hidden?
We've got the team to do it. It's just a matter of the attitude that we've always wanted to deliver. Like last couple of weeks, everyone knows what Craig's about. He's always about perfection, and he's passionate about obviously rugby league and wanting to win. And that's what you love about your coach. But there's a couple of cracks at the moment with blokes probably with an attitude adjustment. That's all of us in our team. Like, there's no one pointing the finger at anyone. We all need to have a good hard look at ourselves and address what needs to be addressed, and that's our defence. Craig talks about the last couple of years being known for our attack. It's good to attack, but we can't defend our errors, and we have to go back to playing simple footy. That's all it is.
Can you describe your emotions at the moment, Craig?
Probably not, no. No, like I say, he's pissed off at a few things. Other things you sort of can't, you know, you've got to let go and let's get on with next week, you know, we'll get on preparing for next week. So there's a few things there that needs balancing, but, and needs to be balanced. There's a few things we need to look at without a doubt. But how far you dig into that, I'm not quite sure yet. But like I said, we'll have a bit of a look at what we think's the right thing to do, and then we'll start our preparation and move on.